Hello everybody, welcome back. It is Alan Nielsen's 54 years old and he sings a song that he wrote 40 years ago or thereabouts, because we're now looking at 1990, which, as you know, is not 40 years ago, but it's in the same general ballpark as all the other songs that I've been singing to you over the last year or so. And yes, we are again sponsored by Fred Perry T-shirts. Thank you, Mr. Perry, for your continued support. Today's a really depressing song, guys. Sorry, I'm just going to say it now. And if you want to go, then just put a like anyway, you know. But if you really like sad songs, this is definitely the one for you. Just to give it a bit of background quickly. I might have mentioned, but no, I didn't. I've not mentioned this before. After the Gentlemen's Club band broke up in around about the end of 1990, I decided that I was going to go solo. So I would be singing songs like this to venues around and about. Generally to very small audiences. But it was a good learning experience, and one of the places I played was Edinburgh, which is a beautiful city, and I've been back a number of times, but this particular time when I played, I think a friend of mine came and watched and was supportive, and so there was him and his girlfriend and maybe 5 or 6 other people in the place. Now, bearing in mind, when you go to Edinburgh, you're kind of assuming that there's going to be some amazing vibe, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to kickstart your career because, you know, you've been discovered in Edinburgh. It wasn't. It was just another gig. And after that gig, I thought to myself, I've just driven, 400 miles to literally play to my mate who I could have sung to, in a pub in Birmingham, and a few other people. And I don't think I got paid for it. It was them days where, well, it's probably the same actually, but they didn't. Now they say do it for exposure. In them days, it wasn't even that. That lie didn't even exist. It was just like, yeah, come and play. And you were like, okay, yeah, of course I'm going to do it for nothing. But yeah. So that was a disaster, well, a semi-disaster, and the next day, went to the beach, because oftentimes when I'm not particularly in a good place mentally, I go and look at the sea, and many people have the same thing. So I went to Portobello Beach, and it was this point where I thought to myself, I can't do this anymore. There's literally no point in me continuing going up and down the country singing songs to nobody. And I think I wrote the first verse in my head while I was there, and then when I got home, I wrote the rest of it. The song is called Shore, and I suppose it's a play on words. I'm trying to remember what I was thinking about at the time. It's probably a play on words because it's a beach and you have a shore at the shore, but this is spelt shore as in sure, S-U-R-E. That was a Frasier joke, by the way, if anyone remembers. Sure. So I guess I'm saying I'm sure of what the next step is going to be. Now, there are references in here to God, because at this point in time, I think I had some kind of feeling about that situation. It wasn't a specific God, but I believe that there was some kind of thing controlling my destiny for the worst, obviously, because he did a pretty poor job if he does exist. But anyway, I don't believe in God, but not because he didn't make me famous. There were other reasons which I'm not going to go into. So this is called Shore. It's very depressing. As you can imagine, this is a guy standing on a beach thinking, what's the point in going on? the church bell ringing from Portobello Beach. And although the sky meets the sea, it still seems out of reach. And the ghost train stands empty. People stay away so long, so long, so long. And all these places I'm playing always seem to go wrong. And the church bell keeps ringing. Oh, and I keep dreaming and wishing that the Lord takes me before I wake. That the Lord takes me, yeah, before I break. Closing my eyes, I kick off my shoes and walk to the water's edge, to where the sea caresses the beach. I walk the line between love and death. Sometimes his cross hangs heavy on my chest. He's been away too long, too long, too long. And all these verses of Revelation surely can't be wrong. The church bell keeps ringing. Oh, and I keep dreaming and wishing that the Lord takes me before I wake. That the Lord takes me, yeah, before I break. I've dragged behind for so long. You circle me now like a prophet, and this pedestal of vanity I put myself on. You want me to come down off it, come down off it. Church bell ringing from Portobello Beach. There we go. Obviously I didn't do myself in. I'm still here singing these songs. Alan Nielsen's 54 years old and he didn't do himself in back in 1990 in Edinburgh, Portobello Beach. Thanks for coming back, guys. Please join me again next week where there'll be a probably happier tune. As I said before, sometimes the more depressing the song, the more views it gets. Why is that? But anyway, thanks for coming back. Don't forget, notify. Do things that are helpful to musicians. Yes. Looking at you. See you next week.